Shooting the shiznit, shooting the shiznit. Best little wrestling podcast in the business. Your host BT and all his guests. You'll never know who he'll have next. Shooting the shiznit, shooting the shiznit. Best little wrestling podcast in the business. Shooting the shiznit.
All right, we're live. 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an stspod.club production, and we are live for 5-minute time limit. And for second time on the show, 5-star. This episode 5. Episode 914 stspod.club, and we are going to get it kicked off right now. Starting the timer, Dustin. How the hell are you?
Tick, tick, boom. I'm doing good. I'm out here at Reese the Beast, first ever soccer practice, and he is a beast out there. So 5 minutes. Hey, dude, this is a really busy week, too. Super busy.
I know it. Let's first tell everybody what you're going to be doing tomorrow night. If you're watching this and you are a professional wrestler in the area, please listen to what Dustin's fixing to say.
Yes, first of all, I'm going to interview the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. So you'll be able to see that. It's going to be Tiffy time. But then on Thursday at the Wrestle Center, Jamie Noble, who is a current WWE agent and also a former Cruiserweight champion. If you do not know Jamie Noble, shame on you. Go look him up. But anyway, he's going to be doing a seminar at the Wrestle Center. And so this is, to me, like a tryout and a seminar because I'm going to be there and I'm going to be looking at everything that's going on. So if you've been wanting to be on Memphis Wrestling and I just haven't seen you yet, this is a perfect opportunity. But then either way, if this is something that you're taking seriously, why would you not want to do a seminar with a guy who literally puts matches together for matches all over the card on the current product? He's there now. So we were very lucky that SmackDown's going to be at FedEx Forum on Friday. So Jamie Noble was nice enough to come in on Thursday, special seminar. Then Friday is SmackDown. We also have a pre-party. And then Saturday, we're back in Strayhorn, Mississippi. So this is a loaded week. And then the following week, we've got Nick Nemeth coming. So lots going on in Memphis Wrestling.
You got 3 shows this weekend, though.
We have.
Right? You got some Friday night with, and then Saturday also, right?
Well, Friday night's going to be the pre-party and then also going to SmackDown. So we're all going to Ghost River, come hang out with us and walk over to SmackDown with us. And then, of course, on Saturday is Strayhorn, Mississippi. Also, it's week 1 on TV of Super Bout 4, and it's Derek King versus Psycho Simon in DK's final match. I think you guys are really going to like that.
We're fixing to talk to Psycho Simon here in a few moments
Ooh,
to talk about that match. So yeah, I've already seen him backstage, so it's he's ready to come. He's sitting in the crowd. Dustin, I want to ask you something and see if you agree with me on this. And we're going to get some heat for this, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you. Why does everyone think they're a wrestling promoter?
I have no idea. It is crazy. Look, we have seen everything in these last 5 years. I don't know why anybody would want to do it. I think what me and you're going to have Simon on in a second, he can talk about it a little bit. We've kind of found a little groove on how to do it. But there's these shows that I guess what they do is they see that we're doing well with these feature people. So they're like, oh, let me book 10 of them. Dude, you don't realize how much all this stuff costs. It's impossible. Like, I don't know. Who are you talking about in particular?
Well, there was a show. I just say it. There was a show in Wynne, Arkansas this past Saturday night, and they had a huge list of people that no-showed.
I know what those guys get paid. I know I've inquired or booked every single one of them, and plus flights and hotels. I know what that stuff costs, so I could look at that poster and instantly say they're going to lose their ass. Even if they fill it up, they're probably going to lose their ass. And I think the story is they had some people that were going to buy the talent and then didn't or something. I have no idea, but it did not draw, and they did not show up. And I don't know why. I don't know, man.
Me neither. I don't
I don't
know
know.
why someone just wants to get a ring and get in one town that. Now, don't get me wrong. They have been able to
I,
draw in this
I
town, but
do
they
look
have.
at it different though. I do look at it a little different now. I kind of feel bad because I'm like, ooh, that's not going to be good. Like they think that's going to be good unless you really pre-sell the hell out of that. It's really hard because you got to imagine most of those guys on the poster are getting over $1,000 payoff, and then also you have to fly them in, put them in hotels, so you can kind of guesstimate the math on that. Like that's a lot of guys.
But it
So
also makes it hard for someone like you who's legit to come in and do a town like that after they've done all that for the
well,
fans.
that's true, but also I think that the branding on that, I think people are going to be understanding the branding more now than ever because we've been going. We're working on our 5th season, so 5 years. So that Memphis Wrestling logo is going to be valuable in a way to where it's like, oh, if Memphis says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I know that Riddle happened where Matt Riddle didn't show up, but that's a very rare occasion that the feature person doesn't show up.
And we're going to
I
have
mean,
that next Tuesday on WTF. You'll
yeah,
be there talking
I
to
mean,
us
real
about
real
that.
quick,
So,
like Jonathan Gresham to me is not on the same level as the Matt Riddle, and I don't mean any disrespect. I just mean like fame and how they sell tickets.
right,
It's
right.
very rare that something like that happens with us, and I think the fans have grown to know that.
Your
You know,
time
I think I did
is
three
up.
refunds on the whole Matt Riddle thing because people are
Time's
there
up.
to see us. Huh?
Your time's up.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you for joining us. Hey, before we bring our next guest on, I did a little promo here for an upcoming match. We just mentioned it. Me and Dustin did. And I wanted to play this so everyone understands what's going on this weekend on Saturday.
I cannot believe, Derek King, you showed back up. There's a little heart still left in that body. If you want a match with me, it has to be no rules, no finishes, only a pinfall. Or you, Derek King, you better bring everything you got. Derek, by God, greater than Great King. You better bring it all, because I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna pin you, and your ass is gone forever.
Simon, it's going to happen. You and I are going to meet one-on-one. And let me just tell you something. You have ruined everything that I've worked for 30 years. And you think you can come and take that away from me? No. That's never going to happen. As sure as I stand here today, as sure as I'm looking into this camera and telling you how I really feel. So let me just tell you something, Simon. As sure as my name is Derek, by God, greater than Great King, I'm going to take my foot and stick it down your throat. I'll see you very, very soon.
All right. The timer has started. My friend, Simon, Psycho Simon in full gimmick. How the hell are you, Simon?
Bro, I'm just going to end Derek King's career in a couple of days. I'm tremendous.
I got to ask you, though, being with Derek, I want to tell the story real quick. 2 babyface teams, the Posse against Hot Topic. And we were in Dyersburg, right? On a baseball field.
Ripley.
2 babyface teams with fans crying in the front row. Kids were crying as y'all beat up each other. How does it feel you being the last person in the ring with Derek?
Well, man, bro, I gave him the match of the year that year and dragged 2 little jabrones with us all the way to that. But, I mean, what you're going to see Sunday, you know, when he wakes up in the morning, if he lives, you know, I mean, he may actually, you know, die. I didn't want him to, but, I mean, he's going to wake up and he's going to realize that everything's over, BT. It's all over. He has nothing left to give, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy that he would, and everyone's been making a joke about this, that Derek's retired a couple of times before, but we're saying this is legit, right? This is it.
This is legit. And I'm going to tell you something. Like everybody thinks, you know, Everybody loves Derek or whatever. Like, great. I mean, who cares? But Derek is the GOAT in Memphis wrestling. When I beat his ass, everybody's going to know that I am the new person that you got to go through if you want to own Memphis wrestling. And from one psycho person to another, I am the master and the ruler of Memphis wrestling.
Derek, you go back to the old WrestlingRideOnline.com, five-time Wrestler of the Year. Those were legit votings. The Posse, you were part of Tag Team of the Year one year. In this area, when it comes to and let's don't even talk about interviews or anything. Let's just talk about talent. You got a guy who easily was the most talented, went to OVW. But what do you think kept Derek, and be honest here, what kept Derek from being
this is a complete shoot. He wanted to take everybody from Memphis with him, all of his friends with him, and that's the only way he was going. Now, whether you like that or not, he's made a living the past 30 years being a professional wrestler, but being the top wrestler in the area. There's only one other person that I feel like I should beat before it's done, and the guy that you just had on here with that tall hair, he doesn't wrestle anymore. So once I beat Derek King, the door's wide open for whatever I want to do next, bro.
So you're gonna give us a little spoiler and tell us it's already been taped. We know that, and the match, and I haven't seen it, but it is on this Saturday's Memphis Wrestling. So how many stars am I gonna give it, Simon?
Bro, it is a true Memphis wrestling match. It is no Mike Anthony internet title match where everybody's popping up and down. This is no babyface posse tag team match, a Jay Webb have fun match. It's none of that stuff, dude. This is a story 20-something years in the making. As long as I've known him, this is a story that we went back from October and started doing little bitty pieces over and over. I heard him talking to King Cobra out in the parking lot like a little baby. He was going to quit. They want to try to talk him back in there. But if you looked at each and every week, when I threw James Curtis out in that ring, when I beat each and every person, just like I'm going to beat Derek King, that's how this story goes. Did he come back? I didn't think he would through the table, but I mean, then I would have just got Ray Ray. But instead, he showed up. He walked that out like I knew he would if he had a gut left in his body, because Derek King is the greatest wrestler in Memphis wrestling history. I think even over all those other guys that we want to talk about that are not wrestling now, you cannot deny what he's done in wrestling and for Memphis wrestling. So when I beat him, I take his resume and I put it on mine. So it's mine now. So that means I did all that.
You gonna use his catchphrase?
Hell no. He's finna get his ass whooped, King.
All right. Thanks, Simon. And let me tell you right here. Let me tell you.
Too. And your mama.
Hey, don't be talking about my mama now. You know I love my mama. Thank you, Simon. Thanks for joining us. I love you, man.
You're not welcome.
And Stacy's back. This is your 5th appearance on 5-minute time limit. I just want to say, if it wasn't for the ladies of 5-minute time limit, we just wouldn't have a lot of people. And I have no idea. I made a note about it. I wanted to say before I got your timer started, it was the most downloaded audio plays for the last 4 months. I can't hear you. You might be muted. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
If you're watching it live, and there's not a lot of people watching, but you don't even have to watch it live. If you're watching it after it airs, in the comments, if you'll put yes, we'll give you an idea of what we do on Patreon. I'll give you a free Patreon, just 1 month, but I'll give you a free Patreon. Also want to make note that we will be live next Tuesday also for WTF. It's been a long time since we did an actual live show, and we'll be giving away a lot of shiznit that night. So lots of shiznit, I promise you. All right, Stacy, you're fixing to start. Your time has started. How's that? I need to do that
Man.
every time. Yeah, that's
Man.
awesome. What kind of shirt you wearing, Stacy? What who you marking out for?
Seth Rollins.
You love you some Seth, don't you?
Oh, he is the love of my life. Yeah. No, I just started watching wrestling again whenever they did the Netflix thing. And man, it has been superb. It is amazing.
And you did watch you watched Royal Rumble this past weekend?
I did.
Oh.
I've watched it twice now.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I missed some things. I wanted to watch Charlotte Flair come back out. I wanted to see that whole thing again. That was pretty good. I got emotional when Uso won. And like legit, like got like so excited for him. I got so like emotional for John Cena coming out. It was just very nostalgic. It was really good, really good.
Well, I want to break it to you about the Royal Rumbles. So Lance, who's backstage or a part of the studio audience, he'll be the last one to come up. He knows this, but I absolutely hate the Rumbles. And I fast forward. As soon as someone comes out, I kind of look at, well, this year, instead of doing that on the women's Rumble, I went to YouTube and they showed every entrance as they came out.
Nice.
So I got, and then I got a highlights of the Rumble. It was about 8 minutes long. So that's how I watched the women's Rumble. Now the men's Rumble, I stayed with it for the last almost an hour. For the last hour, I had been watching TV with the wife. And I went from the television to back to the studio to watch the last, which is funny because you messaged me and did a spoiler.
Whoopsie.
I know, but I had looked online before just to see. The next morning I got up and watched everything, and I already knew the results because there's just so much that was happening online, and I just couldn't keep from getting spoiled unless I just completely stayed off of it. But I'm not a huge Charlotte fan, and I'm really not a huge fan of her plastic surgery. So it's not really bad.
She's a little bitty thing. Honestly, I didn't care. I don't care who won the women's. I really didn't care about that. But Seth Rollins, he was freaking amazing. And before my time gets cut off, I do want to say I love Derek King, and Derek King is the greatest Memphis wrestler who have wrestled, and we got to watch him wrestle in his prime. Like that is incredible. We got to watch a legend in his time.
Here's the deal: no matter what show or where he was at, if I went to the show, I knew no matter what, I was going to have one good match, and he could have a good match with anyone on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we did those awards and I was doing the website in this area, it was total shoot. I mean, we voted people. He was the wrestler of the year, and he did it 5 years in a row, and everyone got mad about it. But Derek always wanted to be the, let me make sure I get this right, the big fish in a little pond. And that's his only, when it comes to, he wanted to be the big dog in this area instead of going to the WWE, which if he would have stuck with it, the only thing is Derek was small and you had guys like Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar that he was helping train, but they were just so much bigger than him, and a small guy didn't really get a break. But and it's the same thing on Memphis Wrestling until this incarnation of it. He was a small guy, but no one in Memphis wanted to let somebody else get ahead. Right. And you've seen Derek work many times, right?
Oh yeah. From when he worked with Jeff Odell, TLCW days, all everything in between, and even in the last 5 years. I watched the stuff on Memphis Wrestling too. So he's always been an amazing performer. The technicality of his wrestling, he's just incredible.
Stacy, I hate to tell you this, but your time is up. Duchess, hello, Duchess. Your time.
Hello.
How are you?
I am just fine. How are you?
She's got that voice coming across. It's real loud. I don't know if it's real loud on the live feed, but man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'll be a little further back from the mic.
How are you? You come on the show. This is the 5th episode. Your 5th appearance. Like Stacy, the only other person's been on all 5 shows is me.
You.
And I got to be on the show.
Of course.
But I started this is the 3rd time. So I started on show 2, 3. Look, I got to do Arkansas.
You got to do fingers.
3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I started on show 3. I gave you homework.
You did.
And since you're not a current wrestling fan, you are you used to watch wrestling back in the Rowdy Piper days.
In the old days.
In the old school days. And so you are I always give you homework, give you something to watch.
You do.
You got to watch Yeet and all that reaction last and I know you don't watch wrestling, so he won a huge the Royal Rumble Sunday, and looks like they're gonna put the world title on him, so he is over. But I sent you homework.
You did.
Tell me what you watched.
So I watched Rhea Ripley. I guess the little challenges they had between her and Charlotte Flair. So, which I'm assuming Ric Flair's daughter.
She is.
If I had to,
yep,
of course.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, how could you be in wrestling and be named Flair?
Right. You can't get, So what was your thoughts on, because like I said, you don't watch, so everybody listen to this. She does not watch. So
be kind.
Tell me about Rhea Ripley first. What do you think about her?
I had seen her, but I've never heard her speak. So I didn't even realize, is she British? I guess I didn't realize.
I can't remember exactly where she's from. Lance probably knows.
Yeah. He's probably yelling no, but so it was the first time I've heard her speak. So it was clearly some respect battle going on.
She's from
Australia. Okay. Oh, thank you. So clearly there was some lack of respect. It looks like there was popping up somewhere. So Rhea Ripley looks. I mean, I've seen images of her throughout. I know people who like her. A lot, and she's pretty fierce looking. And I was trying to peg how old Charlotte Flair must be, but she's looking a little like an elder stateswoman there for wrestling. I'm gonna guess
she took all the plastic surgery off. She might even look older, so I don't know how old.
Yeah, there's a little bit of surgery going on there.
I don't. I'm not a fan of surgery. I'm not even. No. Breast implants. There's only very few very few women in pro wrestling that I even approve of when they get big boobs put in.
No, it's to offset all of the muscle. So I mean, you're trying to look feminine like China used to try, but you just couldn't. You can't get past the physical. Now, Charlotte Flair did not look, I mean, she had the big bulky jacket on, that big yellow fluffy thing, but she did not look like a large wrestler to me. I'm assuming she's obviously got something going on, but I couldn't see her. Rhea Ripley is solid. I mean,
I noticed the same thing in that promo because I always watch what I ask you to watch to make sure I watched it first before I watched any other part of Raw today, just to make sure we were on the same page. Mm-hmm. But I thought she looked really, really small also up against Rhea, and even Stacy just said that too. So I didn't watch the Rumble. I guess I got to go back and see what I saw her.
I'll have to watch now. So now you kind of caught my attention when I watched about 3 minutes. Now I'm like, dang it, I need to know what happens.
Got to go to Peacock and watch it.
I've got Peacock, so I will tune in.
Good deal. Her entrance was, I really liked her entrance. And like you said, she's Ric Flair's daughter, so there's always some royalty
there. Yeah.
With that. But I just not a huge fan of hers. I really,
it's funny. I have it up on my laptop here, and it's frozen. And it's just and it's funny when you mention the plastic surgery, because I'm looking at her, and I didn't really pay attention to because she was moving around, but on the freeze frame, it is clear there's been a lot of work. I mean, she looks plasticky, and I love like the big high necklace, like to cover the neck. Those old lady necks that I got. And
Duchess, I hate to do it to you, but
your time is up.
Bye.
And you come on again, you'll have the record. So there you go.
Well, we'll see.
Next Thursday, February 6th, WWE producer Jamie Noble is coming to Memphis Wrestling for a pro wrestling seminar. Register now at WrestleCenter901.com. Next Friday, February 7th, meet us at Ghost River Brewing Company on Beale Street for WWE SmackDown pre-party. It's free and all ages are welcome. Then head over to FedEx Forum for SmackDown Live. Next Saturday, February 8th, Memphis Wrestling returns to Strayhorn High School for a big event benefiting the Strayhorn Band Boosters. Sunday, February 16th, TNA Wrestling superstar Nick Nemeth is coming to Memphis Wrestling.
Oh, are you? There's my partner in crime. You're mine. Well, sometimes. Lance Levine. How the hell are you, Lance?
Has the clock started? Are we on the clock?
Started. It
right.
started as soon as I start talking. Here's the thing. There's a couple things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, how do you boo Seth Rollins?
Just because I have to, as a CM Punk fan from Chicago, I have to boo Seth Rollins because they're in that hated feud right now. You know,
Ms. Art.
Before we change the subject, I will say the Charlotte plastic surgery, totally agree. She's addicted to it, man. It's like you see people like Undertaker, Brody King. Certain wrestlers are addicted to tattoos. Randy Orton. She's addicted to plastic surgery, and
there's a lot of guys that get tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Addiction, whatever. Now it's one of those things where I tell you, somebody that got me was Kevin Owens, and it's like he didn't have one tattoo.
All of a sudden, now he's covered.
And then
and
all of a
Eric
sudden
Young
we got
another one. Eric Young.
Now we got one there, and all of a sudden he's got a whole sleeve, two sleeves, and it reminds me of Dwight Gooden, who talked about making so much money in baseball, and he was like, "What am I going to do with my money?" And Dwight said, "I'm going to buy drugs.
I'm
going to buy drugs." But that generation was making so much money, especially the Undertaker. In this generation making the money, part of me thinks that they say, "Hey, we're making all this money. What are we going to spend it on? We got a house. We got our family set,
more ink.
Oh,
more plastic surgery. Natty is the other one. Natty, I told you yesterday.
Yes.
Natty, I don't know. She has a better doctor or something because it doesn't look as crazy like it does with Charlotte. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people think that with Natty too. But I think it looks so much more extreme with Charlotte than it does with Natty. And she's just as bad. I think she's had just as much.
Oh, I think so too. And I joked around about we should do a Cool Kids Countdown. We'd probably get shit for it, but Cool Kids Countdown on who's had
for
the
most
first time
plastic
ever surgery. Yeah, because no one ever says anything about what we say. Right. I mean, we're perfect. So what do these people think? I'm going to throw something up on the screen, and me and you're going to talk about it. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to leave it up there for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to change it. This was done by one of the websites. You got 22K likes and 40,000
dislikes, huh?
Yeah, and the same. If you look at the others, you got 7.5K likes and 33K dislikes.
Okay,
I didn't hear that with Charlotte. But I have heard it. They did this, and apparently it's as legit as it can get, I guess. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts first on Jay?
On Jay, there's probably the old school fans that are still with it or coming back to it or whatever. Probably the old school fans are the ones that don't like it because they don't think that he deserves it, and the newer fans love him. The merch is there. We love him. We've both been raving about it ever since this whole Yeet thing started taking off. They're fucking printing money right now with this Yeet thing. It It's silly. It's weird. It's silly. It makes no sense. It'll probably burn out in a year, and they'll
Well, it's the
start
same.
turning a
It's
heel
the
or
same
whatever.
thing as
but
Austin 316. It really
ride
didn't
it.
make
Ride
sense.
it for as long as you can and make as
Yeah.
much money off of it as you can. The guy has busted his ass, worked hard for years, many years. They've been, I think he mentioned last night, they've been there for like 15 years, and that feels about right. That guy's been working hard, and he was part of a magnificent tag team for so many years. And he's running with this ball, man. Give it to him. Let him have it, man.
Well, they did the Intercontinental title on him for just a very short time, and with that pop, if you go back and I went back and watched that, that was a crazy pop for that win, and I was like, maybe they were.
That was the tryout to see if this is going to work, and this is going to work because Lance called it. I kept saying, like right before the show, I kept saying, man, something's telling me about Jey Uso because he's so fucking over right now. I don't know. He's not one of the big names like Cena or Punk or the ones that everybody was predicting. Rollins even. He's not that name, but
he was a 20. He was a 20 to 1 odds. 20 to 1 odds. If you would have bet on Jey, you would have made some.
The whole thing now makes sense because he lost to Gunther on SNME. And now he gets the big win. And, man, that place is going to go ballistic when he wins that title on probably the Saturday night of WrestleMania. As for the Charlotte one, I totally get that because she's been there, done that. That's how I feel with Charlotte. The only justification that I can make for her winning that is to either give Tiffany or Rhea.
Your time
is
up.
Lance, you can go to Patreon with us. Everybody else, same bat time, same bat channel. First Tuesday of every month, 5-minute time limit. What I got to say now? Be there! And as everyone knows, hey, everybody knows this. Best little wrestling podcast in the world. In the world, brother. In the world.
I hope Simon knows it.
Simon better know it. Simon tried to come on here. And he tried to come in here and yeet us.
He's mean.
We wouldn't let him do it. Do what?
He was mean. He said he loved your mama.
Yeah, he was. Love my mama. I finally figured out how the hell to, because we used to do that all the time, and then we quit doing it. But I know how to record, so we got some Patreon going on. Let me get all that stuff on you. What was you doing over there, huh?
I'm working. I didn't realize I was in there. I'm sorry. Well, it's funny. When I podcast, John wants me up on it, so I didn't realize it's so loud. So my apologies.
I bet he does.
Fresh.
If you know what I mean.
Fresh.
We don't. You better.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll just
show us, BT.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Show us. What do you mean? Okay. It's
he's not going to talk dirty in front of Duke. He's not going to talk dirty in front of
the dog. The wife is here. So
yeah.
So you have to behave. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
No, that's the thing that is crazy about my wife. I never have to behave. Lance will tell you. He was with me in Chicago, and he's like, "She's awesome," and I'm like, "Yeah, yep. You know why I'm married to her, so yeah."
So she tolerates you.
He married up.
I did very much so, especially after she's a doctor. So,
I
wish
you're Dr. Mister. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's me. I wish
he's
we
the
could
second gentleman.
Get more people to do this. Jesus, we get the same people, but it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah,
and it's streaming wise, it done really good, and then on the audio plays, it gets. Like I said, this is the 5th month in a row, or the 4th month in a row was January. It was the top listened. Streaming was almost 300 or 400, which is really odd for one of our things. But I think it's because it is legitimately live. Even though we do send stuff live where it looks like it's live, but it's not live.
Well, was it Dustin new and Simon was new?
No, Dustin's been on before. He
Has
was
he?
on he was on an episode before you was on. And then Simon's the first time Simon tried to kayfabe everybody and be in character, and I was like, I ain't gonna let this happen. You're not gonna do this to me. I've never known that guy for just ungodly amount of time. Him and his tag team partner, the Posse, they were well-known weed smokers, and but my kids loved the posse, so we followed them one time. They said, follow us to a certain town. And so I followed him, and my kids wanted to get out, get their autographs and whatever. We got out, and they're in this van. It's like Scooby-Doo or something. And they opened the van. It was like, all this fun. I said, no. Go back to the car. Go back to the car. And so the baby girl on the, she, huge posse fan. I'm going to tell us, I don't think I've told this story on this show before, and Lance is going to love it because it's country fried, and you will too, Duchess. So I've got, I'm sitting at my desk when I lived in Missouri. I've got two of my kids at my house. One's at my mom's house. And I look under the desk, and I think it's my cat. It's my cat.
Oh, boy.
And I say, go on, get away from under the. It's a raccoon.
Yeah.
Have I told you this, Lance?
No, but I was going to say a raccoon or a possum, one or the other.
It was no. I'll take it back. It was a possum, not a raccoon. It was a possum.
Good Lord.
And I freaked out.
You didn't fry it up. You didn't cook it.
No, oh man, I was so
Dinner
scared.
that night.
And so I called my mom, and I
As
said,
one does.
Yeah, I said, come get the kids.
Just come get
Come
the
get the kids. I got a possum in my house.
I
And
need
she
you to cook
goes,
it.
she goes, what? And now this is like 2:00 in the morning. I said, I don't want the kids in here. I've got to call animal control. Come get. So they're driving over to my house, and the kids just woke up. Baby girl had just woke up, and my mom had told her, we're going to get the other two girls because there's a possum at your daddy's house. And her being half-ass asleep, she got almost to our house, and she said, I can't wait to see the posse. She thought the posse was at my house.
How cute.
And I want to tell you, this is the funniest thing was that all the cops and me were standing on stuff, and the girl who was part of the animal control was the one that got the possum and put in a cage.
Always. All you big men stand over there, and she's just like hitting it with a broom, right?
Woo, no, she had some of those things where you put it around the throat and everything, and it was just what had happened. There was a small leak in a back bedroom that I had this huge house, had like 5 bedrooms, and we never went to the back because I had 2 kids that usually
that's where
stayed.
the possums were.
That's where the possums were. Why would you go back there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let them have their space.
That's the wildlife room.
So they had come through the ceiling, and I ended up catching 1 or 2 more.
Oh,
it was scary. It was scary. And a raccoon, too. I think I got a raccoon at one time.
those suckers are big. They get big.
Jamie Ward's not listening, I hope.
Well, Jamie, I got to tell you something about Jamie. He takes everything so serious. I sent him a link, and he goes, I'm going to try to do it. Can you have me on first? And I'm like, no, I can't have you on first tonight. And he just, I don't know. I'm glad people take it serious and they come on, but he just messaged me like 4 times a day. It was hilarious. I was like, what is he going to say now? But yeah, 5 people. I think that's the most we've ever had. I guess it's better to stay in because y'all know I got to eat supper. So,
I mean, if you do 5 and you mix up to 5, but I think 5 or 6 is like the optimal number because if you only did like 2 or 3, it would ruin the gimmick. It'd be too short. If you did 7 or 8 or 9, it'd probably get too long. And it would just you'd lose people. So I think this is 5 or 6 at the most. I'd say.
I wanted 8. Yeah. I wanted 8, so that'd be 40 minutes.
I think that'd be too long. I think that'd be too long.
You think so?
Yeah, because then you take the breaks and you do the commercials and stuff. You mix that in too.
Yeah, 30-some minutes right there.
By that time, you're closing in an hour.
Because me and you are going to go an hour on Tuesday, so.
For sure. That's a full month. We're going to go an hour easily.
Well, that's crazy. I'm fixing to go because I got
impressive.
That's
what she said.
Hey, I had Blue Chew for my sponsor, so there you go.
We didn't even talk about half the shit that I thought we were going to talk about today. So
Half
I
the
mean, that
shit.
5 minutes goes fast.
It does.
It does. It does.
And
I
Brian
just-
talks through most of it. Yeah.
I did. Oh
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. I keep
It
trying
should be
to
really like the
that.
2 minute segment because you get 3 minutes.
60-second time limit. That'll be the new name.
Too fast.
I'll get 4 minutes, and y'all get
I hate-
60 seconds.
I hate you.
And not in a row.
I do.
You get like
Y'all
4
get 10
seconds, 8
seconds,
seconds.
6 times. Wait, hang on. I got to do the Canadian math. Hang on.
No, Arkansas, man.
Oh yeah,
Same difference.
I'll say I got a text message today. I want to tell y'all this. I got to go out and
Oh, he's
record
going to
with
read
Dustin.
something personal that I wrote.
No. I got
Oh,
this
okay.
message that said, "Are you free tomorrow? Come to my yard for a barbecue at 3." And it's nobody. There's no name on it. And I said, "What you cooking?" And they said, "I'm confused. Isn't this Lucy's phone?" And I said, "This is." And then it says, "This is embarrassing. I accidentally sent you the wrong message. I thought you were my friend. I'm sorry." And then I'm smelling a scam now. And I said, "That's okay. I was ready for that barbecue." And thank you
Yeah,
for
possum?
thank you for understanding. You're very polite. I love meeting new people with
Oh, there we
manners. May I ask what your name is? If you don't reply soon, I might have to send a search party to find you.
Oh,
Now I'm
That a
getting
threat?
Now I'm getting creeped. I'm
yeah.
getting creeped now.
And then when she asked for your social security number, that's what really gave it away.
Well, that's why I usually
She
give
needs
to
your green
everybody. I
card.
give it-
Yeah.
immediately.
and my passcode and my password to my bank.
ABC 123. You gave him
Yeah.
your password.
Man, Lance, come
Oh,
on.
Baseballs.
Kayfabe.
All right. See y'all. Thanks
He's
a lot.
got to eat supper.
I'll
Bye,
talk to y'all
Duchess.
tomorrow.
Nice talking to you
Enjoy your
Bye.
possum. Nice seeing you.
for 60 seconds.
Look, I'm taking him off. See, this is
Oh.
now this is better. Look, he's still watching. Yeah, he's a
Well, 'cause
perv.
it's
That's why
live.
he's watching. You look. I might agree with y'all now. if
He's
you're
just
saying
shaking his head. He's like,
40 minutes to be too long then, huh? So I'll think about that. I'll try to, but I put it out to so many people, so it's just weird. All right, thanks, Duchess. Thank you a lot. I will talk to you in the near future.
adios.
Bye.
Bye.